I'm gonna make us some waffles and bacon for breakfast. Matt's out hunting, and you've probably heard him say in some of our videos he comes unfed. Well, when he's been hunting all morning, he left early this morning, still not back yet, he will definitely be unfed when he comes home, be starving to death. So I'm going to go ahead, I've got my bacon right here, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the oven, and then I'll tell you about the waffles. So I did not grow up eating waffles really, other than, you know, the Eggo waffles, and I didn't really eat them either, but sometimes Granny would buy them, and you know, so I had definitely had them maybe at a friend's house or something like that, but I never really cared for them very much. But once me and Matt were married, Miss Cindy shared lots of things with us. You've heard me talk about her often. She's Matt's mother, and she gave me her waffle maker. Here it is, very old, kind of, you can tell by how it looks. I know somebody will ask. It's a Vitanio, I don't know, Vitantonio, 5 of hearts it says. So it's, the little waffles come out looking like hearts. You can tell it's been used a lot. It had been used a lot when she gave it to me. So once she gave it to me, I thought, I don't even know if I want that. I don't make waffles. I don't care nothing about waffles. But then I thought, well, I should try to make waffles. And so I did, and everybody loved them. The girls loved them. Matt loved them especially. He likes even the Eggo waffles. He knows they're not as good as these though. Anyway, so I did end up using it. I've used it all these years since then. And many of the recipes I found first, like the first one I used for a long time, it was in my Betty Crocker cookbook. When I got married, Granny got me and my sister-in-law Kim both a Betty Crocker cookbook. I don't remember if she got them. I think she found them at, if you're a local person, you'll remember Bud's that was in Murphy. It was kind of like returns and things like that, or maybe damaged things from Walmart, but it was Bud's. Anyway, it wasn't there. I don't guess it was there too long. It was where the Walmart originally was in Murphy. Am I right? Gosh, isn't your mind crazy how you cannot remember things? But I think I'm right, yeah. Anyway, I think she found them at Bud's. And so I always, anything like that, I thought, well, I know there'll be a waffle recipe in it. So I went and found it, and that's the one I made for a long time. So that one called for you taking your eggs and separating them and beating your whites till they were light and fluffy, and then mixing that back into your batter to kind of give it some lift to make them, you know, light and fluffy. Well, that's the only part that I didn't like about it, because it just takes an extra step. But I made them like that for years anyway. Anytime somebody wanted waffles, that's what I did. I made them like that. Well, somehow I stumbled on a recipe online, and I'll link to that recipe in the description below. But it was like the easiest but the best waffles or something like that. And I thought, let me see what I think about that. Well, I noticed right away it didn't call for you doing that. So I thought, well, I'll try them. I probably won't like them as good, but I'll try them. Well, I tried them and I liked them. So I've been making them like that. So I'm going to heat up the waffle iron and get all my ingredients together, and then I'll show you how easy it is to put together. I got the bacon out. Now I'm going to mix up the waffles. So I'll go over the recipe, and I'll also link to that original place that I found it, because they give all kinds of tips and tricks about letting your eggs come to room temperature. I did not, but different things like that. So you need 2 1/4 cups all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup sugar, 1 tablespoon, it's a whole lot, but 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 3/4 teaspoon salt, 2 cups of milk, 1/2 cup butter melted, 2 large eggs, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm going to first, I've got my flour in this bowl. I'm going to add my baking powder and my salt. I was looking to make sure wasn't baking soda. I thought baking powder. At the last minute I thought, was it? Okay, got that, and then I'm going to add my sugar in there, and then just whisk that up. Move my salt. Then got another bowl. I'm going to add the eggs, 2 eggs there. The vanilla. Try not to rattle the glasses. The milk. And the butter. Melted it in my little baby frying pan. Actually, I want the whisk. I'm going to trade that.
Baby frying pan is really cute.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Granny has, from when her and Pap was married, lots of frying pans, but she had it was like a set. So there was the baby one all the way up to the great big one, and they nested inside each other. So I always thought of them as a family, I guess, is what I was thinking of.
Family or frying pans.
Yeah.
I've made little stuff in that one before because it cooks up fast.
Yeah, Granny still uses hers a lot. She, either her or Paul will do it for her. Make her an egg for breakfast, and he uses that little pan to fry it up in.
You can pretty much flip it with the pan. It's so small you can just...
Yeah, I don't know. This is a number 3. I wonder what... It's a Griswold. We're very fortunate. We have a lot of the old ones. Granny's are old, but hers are interesting, and they're not marked. They have numbers or a little mark, but they're not like Griswold or Wagner. No label, no. I've read, seems like that one of those makers made cast iron but didn't put that on it, and then that was like an alternate line that they sold. I don't know if I'm right about that. Yeah. But anyway, hers are really nice, though. They feel similar to those, for sure.
They do, don't they?
I'll have to wash dishes. Okay, now we're just going to mix the two together. I'm going to swap out my...
Yeah, that spatula will probably get bogged down.
Whisk for my spatula. And this makes a lot of waffles, but depends, I guess, on what size your waffle maker is. But I make the whole thing, and then the ones we don't eat, I put on a little baking sheet or whatever and put them in the freezer till they freeze, and then I take them out and put them in a bag, and that makes your own, like Eggo waffles we were talking about. And Matt can warm them up later for his breakfast that way too.
True.
So you don't have to worry about getting every lump out. Just make sure all the flour is wet, if you will. Okay, I think we're there. Now we're going to go over to the waffle maker and start making them. If your waffle maker may be different than mine, but with mine I like to oil it. Ooh, see, it's getting hot, and you can see those wonderful hearts too. Makes a real pretty little waffle. You can use spray. I don't have any spray, so I've just got a brush here. I'm going to put on some oil that way. And then I find, for me, about 1/3 of a cup works. Again, yours may be slightly more or even slightly less. I'm going to put a tad more since mine, sometimes the stuff stays in the bottom, so maybe a little bit more than 1/3. And then just shut it up. I like to put it out on a towel like this because often I'm not good about judging. I just get in a hurry and start putting too much, and if it runs out, that way my towel catches everything. I'm going to set up my tray with get a baking sheet and put a rack on it so that they'll stay kind of crispy. I'm going to keep making them. Matt's not here yet, but maybe I'll withhold the last little bit to make sure he gets to eat them hot. Sometimes they get stuck a little bit on the top, but there you can see the little heart shapes. Isn't that pretty? Add me some more oil. Also, the towel catches the dripping oil. And the splatters that Tipper makes too. Of course, I can never wait but to try a little piece, and you can see mine breaks apart into those little hearts, which makes it really cute for kids. You can divide them, you know, and stack them up or whatever. I guess it'd be cute for adults too. There's enough sweetness in the waffles that you don't really need syrup. I mean, I'll probably put syrup on mine, but really light and airy, crispy on the outside. Oh, I think I may hear the great hunter coming home. Sounds like he's on the porch. Any luck? No luck? Well, you ready for a waffle? Come unfed? On Wednesday nights at church, we have a children's program, and we feed everyone, and people take turns bringing the food or cooking what they're going to eat. And one night, one of our dear members, she's a fantastic cook, she brought a bunch of waffle makers, and she made waffles. So she had waffles and like sausage and some eggs and just all breakfast stuff. But the waffles were a super hit with the kids. And her waffle makers were those that have the really deep, leaves the little deep crevice, so that if you pour syrup in it, you know, it's just like you could have a fourth of a cup of syrup on it. Anyway, the kids really loved it, and they were good. They were really good. Matt went to, I don't know if he went to change clothes or just put all his stuff up, but I'm going to heat up some syrup for him, and then he can have the ones, when he gets in here, the ones that just come out, that'll be hot.
Hello, what's you doing?
I was filming a video, so I didn't hear the phone. What you doing?
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I wanted you to call Paula's and see if you get me an appointment. Okay, don't forget it now.
I won't.
Did you get me any birthday cards?
Yeah, I've got them. I'll bring them to you today.
Well, there's no hurry.
Okay.
Okay,
All
thanks.
right. Bye.
Bye.
I think Matt can probably eat too. Got you one there. Got you another one coming up pretty quick.
Well, it's like 5 or 6 of them.
Well, I figured you wanted the hottest ones. I was trying to be kind and let you have the hot ones.
What is in my milk?
I don't know, maybe a piece of your waffle.
Well, I've not even been over here, but whatever. I'll put your waffle in.
Not flying pestilence.
Well, yeah, that too.
Or what, somebody's toenail
I
or
started to
something?
say some sort of foreign DNA.
Well, you poured the milk. Did you see it come
Well,
out?
it could have been in the
In the-
jug.
Oh. All right, get your plate over here and I'll give you another one. Okay. There's Matt's hot waffles.
I must be gonna have to pay for this.
So did you ever remember Miss Cindy making waffles on that thing for you?
No.
How long?
Was that hers?
Yeah, and we probably had it, what, 20 years at least? More than, maybe the whole time we've been married. Oh, your syrup. Warmed up his syrup for him. There you go.
My goodness.
Be nice to you.
I'm getting the treatment, like I say. I'm wondering is there something behind this?
No,
You just want to be nice?
just want to be nice.
Well, it was very nice of you.
So you didn't
So
have a, go ahead.
Just put me in a coma, I can tell you that.
Oh, you may not be able to go back deer hunting.
Oh yeah, I'm going.
So what, it didn't go as you thought this morning?
Well, it went like the last week has went, the same. I've not seen a deer in a week, but still found a hunt.
It's because it's too warm, you think, or?
It's because, well, it's warm, but I have a massive, massive acorn crop this year, and they are everywhere but where I am. So, and they have dropped very early. Never, acorns almost never fall in September here, not to this magnitude, but that's what's going on, and they're somewhere else eating acorns, but they'll be back.
I hope so.
Maybe a month, but they'll be back.
Yeah. Well, maybe it won't be a month. Of course, you do have one under your belt, so that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll let you go eat in peace. I'll continue making the waffles. We're going to have a
Thank
few
you.
in the freezer to look forward to.
Get one more of those.
Get all you want.
Thank you,
All
dear.
you want.
You're a nice lady. I don't care what Katie says about you.
She don't say nothing bad about me. She thinks I'm a nice lady too. Just put the last one in, and I'm gonna have one with some butter and some syrup. Even though they are sweet enough, you don't really need them. Hard to turn down syrup though, right? I'll just add a little bit. You can hear the weather. Matt's in there watching the weather to see if the hurricanes that are, or one hurricane and I guess one tropical storm, what's going to happen with them. Give me a little piece of bacon. So when Corey and Katie was little, they would do this, so they'd eat them like that and get very messy, of course, because they would always get syrup on them. Because of the type of maker that we have, the waffle maker that Miss Cindy gave me so many years ago, this is more of a, there's a crunch to it. I don't know if you can hear it while I'm eating. Instead of those big, like the ones I was talking about, the dear lady at church made that had the big, deep little crevices in them, the waffle part of it, those were more soft and more steamy, I guess, if you will. More like a baked good instead of like a crunchy like this. So if you don't have a waffle maker, you might want to think about that when you buy them, if you want the ones that are more crispy like this or those like she had. Both are good though, just personal preference. I have no clue if they still make this one. I'm guessing it's at least 20 years old, if not older than that, because there's no telling how long Miss Cindy had it, you know. And she would just periodically, if something back then, you know, that she was no longer using, she would think, well, they might use it, you know, and she'd ask me if I wanted it, and if I didn't, she'd get, you know, donate it somewhere. And then when she moved from Black Mountain to live closer to us, she really did that because she had to downsize because her house here was so much smaller, and she was just at that stage of life where she wanted to pare down her belongings, so she definitely did it then. Anyway, if you try this waffle recipe, I sure hope you like it. I hope you've enjoyed spending time with me and Matt this morning. We're always glad when you stop by to help us celebrate Appalachia.